So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe my face off with a makeup wipe, and this is the Equate version of some makeup wipe, I don't know. However, this time I got the microdermabrasion one. It just has like these little like beads, and it's like a exfoliating. So what I do is I just real quickly go over my face. So then just fan it off a little. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add moisturizer. And the moisturizer that I use is called Cetaphil. And it's the moisturizing lotion. It's in like a huge bottle. And I just use about like 1.5, maybe it was a little more, but yeah. So what I do is I just go like that, and I just focus around my nose area and my chin, and also around these areas. And of course, in between my eyebrows, that gets a little dry as well. Also should have mentioned that before you touch your face or anything, you should always use hand sanitizer, and I just use Nilla Cupcake from Germ B Gone. Just looks like that, but any hand sanitizer or even, you know, washing your hands is good. So I'm just gonna let that soak in my skin for like a minute or so. It's optional. I usually don't use a primer when I put foundation on, just because I don't feel like it works for me. It's probably the primer that I'm using, the L'Oreal Studio Secrets Professional Magic Perfecting Base. It looks like that. It comes in a little jar. This was sent to me from my friend, so I didn't pay for it. I did have it at one time, and then I gave it away. It's a very thick consistency, and I feel like it makes my foundation or concealer or whatever cake up anyway, which is weird for primer. But I'm not gonna do primer today. I do have the NYC one, but I feel like this doesn't do anything for me. It's like a very watery consistency, and it has shimmer to it, and it makes me look like oily and greasy and all, and I don't really like it. So like I said, I'm not really gonna do I'm not going to put a primer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do foundation. I don't use foundation all the time. Lately I've been doing concealer and powder and all that because it's been hot and all that. But when I do foundation, this is a foundation that I reach towards. I do have the Wet n Wild one, but that's a little light for me right now. This one is the Smooth Skin Liquid Makeup, and it's from NYC, and it's in the color Nude. And as you can tell, it's a very thick consistency. It doesn't even like move really. It doesn't have a pump, which really sucks, but yeah. So that's what the color looks like. And how I apply this, first I take a Q-tip like this one, and I just dip it in, and then I just make like stripes. And this probably looks like a lot, but it's really not. And I'm probably looking really crazy. And I just put the Q-tip aside for if I need to put any more. So today I'm going to be using the beauty, well, it's not a beauty blender, it's like a sometimes I switch off and I use a stippling brush like this one. I got this one at Five & Below. It's like really short and stuff, but today I'm just going to use that. Like I use it back and forth. I dampened it so it's damp, and what I do is I just go over the foundation and pounce it on my skin. So usually I just do like 2 layers or whatever on my face, and this is how the finish is. It's like a natural kind of finish. Um, Also has kind of like a dewiness to it. So I just make sure that I go over it and make sure that it's all blended and there's no like clumps of foundation or whatever. And this melts into my skin, like the color is pretty dead on my skin, so I don't really have to take it too far down on my neck, although I do it just to be on the safe side, and then that's what you're left with. But yeah. And then whatever doesn't cover, as you can see, some of my skin is still peeking. Like I have a old pimple scar, and then I have a new one that I just have. I'll like cover that with concealer and stuff, but I'll just let my foundation like sink in and dry. I also forgot to mention that usually when I do foundation, I do it after I do my eyeshadow and eye makeup and stuff, because I find that I mess up my foundation with fallout and stuff. So I'm just doing it beforehand for tutorial sake. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do concealer, and lately I've been using this concealer, and it's the Dream Mousse Concealer in Fair Light 0 to 1. You can't get this anymore because it's discontinued. I happened to find this at Big Lots for like $3. So if you can find it at like Big Lots or whatever, I definitely recommend it. However, another concealer that I use is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. This is in the color Light. However, today I'm just going to do this, use this one, just cause the Hard Candy one is heavy duty. Like it has a thick consistency, and this one's lighter. Well, has a lighter consistency because it's mousse. So yeah, I'm just going to apply that to my problem areas and under my eyes. Usually apply some concealer around my mouth area because it's usually has like a darker tone to it. I've always had it, and usually when I'm exposed to the sun and I tan, it gets a little bit darker and more noticeable. And then I also have a pimple mark because I've been like breaking out a lot more. That's all the concealer and stuff that I do. I just try to do as minimal as possible because I don't want like heavy foundation and all that. So I'm just going to let that sit, and then I'm going to powder. For powder, for a while I was using the Wet n Wild Coverall Pressed Powder, and this is in Fair Light. It just looks like that. And then recently, well, a couple weeks ago, I got the Mineral Pressed Powder by City Color, and it looks like that. And this is in color This is what it looks like, which is a very like nice smooth powder. and I think that mineral powder is best for me because it like smooths out my skin, it doesn't get cakey. And then the brush that I use is this brush from Tokidoki, and it's just like I think it was a powder brush or a blush brush or something, but it works perfectly for powder for me, and this is what I've been using. I also just recently got this, and I use this, I'm still testing it out, so it's like the Kabuki brush, it's an angled Kabuki, still testing it out though. But anyways, I'm just going to apply powder to under my eyes, and basically all over my face, because in the summer I tend to get more oily. After I apply powder, now I don't know if I do this, I guess per se the right way, but this is just what's been working for me. So, once I find them, okay. Lately I haven't been contouring, but usually when I do contour, I just use this brush right here, and I just use the Rimmel Natural Bronzer in Sunlight, and this has just been like the perfect bronzer. There's no shimmer, it's just a matte one, and then I just dip my brush in and then make the fishy face, and then just contour, and then put it up where the sun naturally hits your face, and you would get tan. However, today I'm just going to dust it all over my face. A big fluffy brush like this one. This is just like a powder brush from Coastal Scents or something like that. And what I do is I just swirl it and then dust it all over my face. I try to stay in one place for too long, because I don't want like concentrated color. I just want a wash of color. And I try not to focus too much on my forehead, because that gets more tan than the rest of my face, because I have a big forehead. So when it comes to blush, I've been using this brush, and it's just the Coastal Scents, it's like a small stippling brush. You can use it for foundation or whatever, but I'm just going to use it for blush. And I think the blush today I'm going to be using, I've been favoring this one blush lately, and it's the City Color blush. Of course now I can't find it. Anyways, today I guess I'll just use Pinch of Coral, and this is from Maybelline. It just looks like that. It's just a very nice like shimmery coral color. Just get your brush in there. Smile. A kabuki or some other brush, and I'll just blend it out. And that's pretty much it. And then for the lasting finish, what I do is I just use the e.l.f. mist. I just use the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. It's in this, and I'm getting low on this, which I really like this stuff. I believe it works, and it makes it not look cakey and powdery, so I hold this pretty far away because, yeah. So this is what I do. Try not to breathe it in because it does not taste good. And then what I do is I just pat it in my skin. There you go. So this has been my completed foundation routine. Now I like more towards the fall and winter, I contour more, but like during the summer I just add a wash of color. So I'll probably do another updated foundation routine towards the winter, fall season. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.